Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here, and you are very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. No touching. I don't do the touching. I did that a bit early. It was like I was out of sync, wasn't it? Anyway, come in. I want to talk about representation. My giddy heart is filled with joy with all the representation the entertainment industry has got for people of colour, the LGBTQ community, women getting stronger roles and being more represented in production, in directing, in acting. That is wonderful. But what about me and you? We're not represented. Why are we not represented? I'm a Greek Cypriot living in Cyprus. Is anyone going to tell my story? Is anyone going to tell a story, the compelling story of the Turkish invasion, which ended with so many people dying on both sides because the Turks made such a piss poor job of taking us all out? Right, so the country's been in two. It's peacetime now. We go over there. They come over here because basically there's always been Turkish Cypriots in Cyprus. That's beside the point. The point is, who's going to represent me? Who's going to tell my story? Not Hollywood, not the BBC, not the entertainment industry. You know why? Because Greek Cypriots don't hold a prominent place of power in the entertainment structure. But the Jewish community do. Let's be honest, they own the entertainment industry, and good luck to them. They've done a great job with them. People of colour, they've got a place of power in the entertainment industry. They're very well represented now. Great. The LGBTQ community, it's really hip to represent them now. I'm happy for them. They deserve to be represented. They deserve to be embraced rather than rejected and hated. I agree with that. But they're only representing certain groups which get them more attention. They're not representing, as I say, people like me, a Greek Cypriot, a Turkish Cypriot, a Polish person, a Norwegian person, because we don't hold prominent positions of power in the entertainment structure. Let me give you another fine example, right? How many times do you see popular YouTubers reaching out to other popular YouTubers, and you see them invite each other to each other's podcasts? They're never going to invite me to their podcast, are they? Because I've got under 700 subscribers and I barely get 100 views, and I'm using a laptop's built-in camera and built-in mic. They're never going to say, hey, Mick, we want to know what you think. We want to chat with you. Of course you don't, because I'm not popular enough. I'm not going to get you more attention. So Real Geordie ain't going to invite me onto his podcast because it's not worth his while. It's about interviewing famous people and popular YouTubers. That's great. That's good business. But I'm just giving you an example how representation is stacked. It's stacked in the favour of the studios to represent what's fashionable to represent, but not to represent the rest of us. And that's the problem. As I say, those groups are representing is great. It's like Ava DuVernay's When They See Us, a very powerful piece of representation. And it's a great piece of work, but we've seen it all before. But you're not representing me. You're never going to tell my story. You're never going to tell anyone about the Turkish invasion because it doesn't fucking matter to you, because it can't get you the cool points that you want. And that's the problem with representation. So don't tell me representation matters, Hollywood. Don't go onto Twitter with your blue ticks telling us how representation matters when you've never once tried to represent me. Not just Greek men, Greek Cypriot men, but Greek Cypriot women. We've all got a beautiful story to tell, just like Norwegian have, and Norwegian people have, and Dutch people have, and people in the Middle East have. You know, people in Palestine have. Let's not go there, hey? Not going to tell that story, are we? And if they did, we all know what way they're going to sway in. So let's not touch that, hey? Let's just show things from a certain angle in a certain direction, Hollywood, and pretend representation matters. There's people around the world you're not representing, because once you start on the representation train, everyone wants to board it and everyone wants to feel like they matter. And when you don't represent all people, you represent no one. You're stacking the deck and you're not really interested in representation. All you're interested in is being seen to look like that you're interested in representation. So you hire more people of colour, more females, more people from the LGBTQ communities. You keep on telling their stories, but you're not. For the rest of us, We're outsiders. We don't matter. Because as I say, we won't get you more call points. So what do you think? Please comment, like, subscribe, share, whatever you want to do, right? But tell me what you think about this subject I'm talking about. Because I see a lot of people talking about representation. People going, yeah, representation matters. But when you're not representing everyone, you're not representing anyone.